Before I test my blood sugar, I want to make sure my fingers are very clean. I don't want any bacteria to be pressed into my skin, especially when I'm testing my blood. So, water and soap. Really clean of any bacteria, even if I haven't been doing anything. I just want to double check I don't want an infection. And I usually use a paper towel or a clean towel. So I'm in my own bathroom, so you want to do this in a nice clean area. So now my fingers are dry and they're clean. So I've got my kit right here and I've got everything that I need in here. And it came with, I think it's a different type of pen, but this is my favorite one right here. So I've got all the things I need to test my blood sugar, my test strips, and I use a new one each and every time. Put it back in the little holder, and there's different ones. And this one I like. I can put the link or let you know which one it is. It doesn't require as much blood, which is nice. So I don't have to stab myself as deep. And different strips have different price ranges. So you can get some that are as expensive as $1 each and some that are a lot less. So I'm going to put that in, press it in so that the light comes on, and that now it's ready. See this, nice and blue. Now I'm going to put a new cartridge in, and I need that because I already did the last one. So to change the cartridge, I pop out this old cartridge, and you can tell it's old because it's got some blood in there. So let's pop in a new cartridge. So here's a brand new cartridge. You can tell it's never been used. There's no blood in it. And I'm just gonna pop this in here. And see here that click? So it's nice and flush, and it has 6. So it's got 6 needles in here. And then I put this back on, and then there you go. So now I got to figure out which finger do I want. Every time you test your blood sugar, put it at a different spot, because otherwise you're going to get bruised and you're going to have little purple spots. It's going to really hurt. And you can kind of see which fingers I do it more often are the ones that are pinker, or you might see a little purple like bruise where I did it too much. And I've got favorite fingers because they bleed easier. And what you want to do is when you test, you want to test this area of your finger, the side, the top, or right in front. No other spots. It's just not going to bleed as well. And you want it to bleed enough so you'd have to redo it over and over again. All right, I'll just do the pinky this time. So I find where the needle's gonna come out. And I press firmly, but not like so firm that it's super deep because I don't want to be in pain. All right, and nice and flush. And there you go. And then I wait just a moment for the blood to come to the surface. I see people pressing with their nails. Don't press with your nails. Just pulse it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can also shake. And I might not have just pressed enough. So, oh, here it's coming. Sometimes you just got to be patient. And you want a nice little head on it. So should be nice and round. That way, you just scoop it on here. Okay, and I took too long. So I can still use this. Whoops. And I can just pop it in there. Okay. Hopefully I have enough blood. Maybe see if I can get a little more out. But what I want to do is I want to scoop the blood onto this test strip. So go underneath it and scrape as much as I can on there. Try to get all that blood onto the test strip. And then here you go. There's my readout. It's 123. Let's lick the blood. Yummy. Okay, so 123 for a type 1 diabetic, which I am, is actually really good. You don't want it too low because you can pass out. You don't want it too high because that's not good. But 123, that is totally fine. I don't need any medication at this point. I can just go do whatever I want. So a lot of people will test their blood sugar, whether or not they are diabetic, and they make wrong assumptions all the time. They believe certain foods will cause their blood sugar to rise, which is kind of true because carbohydrates will make blood sugar rise, but they're making the wrong assumption is that that food was bad for them, maybe like a banana or something like that. It's not what makes your blood sugar rise, it's what makes your blood sugar stay elevated and what caused that. So it's actually not healthy foods like bananas. It's actually because you have too much fat in your liver and your muscle cells. So if you want to learn more, you can check out my book, thehigh5diet.com, and that talks about diabetes and what diet I eat to keep my blood sugar stable. After eating a low-carb diabetic diet for many years, prescribed by my doctor after blood tests showed I had type 1 diabetes antibodies, I struggled with cravings for more carbs, had high cholesterol, and blood sugars that were crazy low or way too high. I ended up with many more debilitating autoimmune conditions and decided to do the opposite of what my doctor advised and up the carbs, lowered the fat, and ditched the chicken and fish. I loaded up on omega-3s from seeds, added a daily salad, and practiced mindful techniques to calm my heightened nervous system. I no longer have insulin resistance or positive diabetes antibodies. I lost the fat and get to eat fruit, pasta, beans, and grains, and only inject about 15 units of insulin a day, and that includes background insulin. I get to enjoy carbs again. Any person can change their health trajectory, and you can contact me if you want my help. I can analyze your diet and let you know how to optimize it. Go to my website, thehigh5diet.com. Scroll down to schedule appointment and choose the 1-hour diet and nutrition analysis, where I will spend 1 hour with you via Zoom, FaceTime, or on the phone. Your choice. I have other services, including one-on-one fitness training sessions that you can add on if you're interested. Helping people improve their health, sharing my delicious recipes with lots of yummy carbs gives me a high like no drug can, which is why I do it. For my favorite low-fat, oil-free, plant-based recipes, order my cookbook with nutrition facts on how to prevent and reverse disease, which chronicles my personal health and weight loss story through my website, thehigh5diet.com.